And we're back. Chad, how are we doing today? Good morning. Welcome in again, everybody, and thank you for waiting. We got the wonderful guest here on our right, that way. How are you doing this morning?
Hey, doing great. What's going on, man?
It's going, man. Happy to have you here. I'm super excited because, like I said, I was a fan as soon as I came in the door to your stream. I was like, I love this guy's energy. I love his quality of his stream. And I just stumbled across, and I think I even said something because I do a little test. I go into people's streams before I rate them if it's someone I don't know, and I'm like, "Hey, how's it going? How are you doing today?" And if they see me and they address me, and it's at least in a positive manner, we go over, we hang out, and you did. You didn't come short of that. You addressed me, welcomed me in, and here we are now. You know.
Yeah, it's crazy how paths cross like that. I still remember that fateful day. Yeah, it was nice. I've been very fortunate to cross paths with a lot of awesome creators and people, so I'm very fortunate for that. And of course, I've been trying to make time to hop in and have one of these conversations with you, and I'm glad we finally made that happen.
Yeah, me too, man. Me too. I was glad you were able to find a good day that worked for you and a good time. And like I said, here we are in that fateful day that we cross paths. I agree. I think I talk about it a lot here on the stream. That when people come across each other, I feel like sometimes it's almost destiny or fate, and sometimes it's in a good exchange, and then later on in life or later on down the road, it's not the same. It's not what it was. But I still think all that has meaning, all that has purpose, and we kind of learn from it. And there's some people where we may have ended on not as great terms. But I still hope the best for them. I still love those people. I have no issues with those people. So it's kind of I don't know. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. The good, the bad, the ugly. But here we are, the good chat, the good. We are in the good moment. So I want to thank you guys all. Let's give a round of applause for chat and ItzWahoo, our lovely guest here today. But yeah, no. So straight, tell us a little bit about yourself. Not too much, but a little bit that we can kind of roll off with.
Yeah. So I'm Wahoo. I wasn't born Wahoo. I had to legally change my name when I was born. My parents named me Himothy. We play a lot of Fortnite, really. I main Save the World, which is kind of the PvE variant of Fortnite. I have 4 dogs. I got a cat, a kid. I have a full-time job as well, more than a full-time job, and stream after I get the kiddo to bed.
Nice. How toddler youth
No, yeah, she just turned 10 in last month.
Awesome. No, that's great. Mine is will be turning 12, so my youngest. So yeah, we got a lot of dads in the community, and that's what I love. We got a lot of family, which is always great because we get to experience stories that we were talking about earlier. You had a boat race, which was great. I saw that. Did you guys top 10 at least, right? Top 10, final 10?
Yeah, there were top 10s. She did finish. There were like 8 people, I think 8 teams in that race, but she did top 10.
Nice.
Didn't win it,
I like it.
but we had fun, and the boat didn't fall apart, so everything was
That's
everything was
most
pretty good.
crucial. As long as the boat finished through the race, I think that's the most important thing.
Yeah, there was 0 chance that it was going back into the water, but they made it out, so.
Nice. Yeah, no casualties or anything, all passengers and awesome. So what neck of the woods are you from? Like what part of the world?
I'm from the United States of America. I was actually born and I grew up in Indiana, on one of the only gravel roads left in our county, out in the sticks with no neighbors. So a lot of alone time there, just kind of wandering the woods and making my own fun, Now I live in a bigger city. I'm located in Tennessee. Is where I live now.
Oh, nice. So you're actually in, again, my home state there. Tennessee's awesome, but I grew up in the Nashville area, which was it's a beautiful place. But yeah, no, that's good to hear. Indiana on the gravel road. I love it. How did you like Indiana?
I don't plan on going back. I think it reflects kind of what you were talking about earlier, right? Like it obviously played a huge role in me growing up and into the person I am now, but it's definitely a temporary thing. It's not a place that I would call home.
Yeah. No, I actually it's funny you say that because I have a friend who I think I'm here in Minnesota now, and I got a friend that I knew growing up here, through my 20s, and he left here and he grew up here, but he moved out to Oregon, and now he like just reps Oregon all day long, and I'm just like. His whole, I think he had like a tattoo that said Oregon boy or something. I'm like, bro, you
Wow.
grow up there. I'm like, I guess you have adopted it. But yeah, he's a good guy. Um, but yeah, funny how that works. It's like where we grow up or where we're born doesn't necessarily define on where we want to be or where we're going to wind up. And I think that's really cool too.
I agree completely. It's just I don't know. It's just not a place that I would consider a home for long term. There's not a lot of great opportunities there unless you're a farmer or you're working factories, things like that. So
Yeah.
I made the faithful change. One of my buddies, when I was in high school, he moved here and had family here, and I was playing Halo or Call of Duty or something with him one day. He was talking about he was having a hard time finding a roommate that he could trust and was reliable, and I was like, I'll move down there. And that weekend, I packed my stuff up and I moved down to Tennessee. I've been here ever since.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful booming area. I went back to see family recently, and it's massive how much things have changed since I was a kid in the last 20 years of really being down there. It's just booming, so much opportunity it looks like, and I've considered going back, but I also like the small area at which I live. Unfortunately, like you said, there is no opportunity here, and that's kind of what driven me even into streaming. I was like, well, I got nothing but spare time. I can't find a job that will fill this time period at which I stream in the mornings because I have my kid and I do homeschooling. So it's kind of tough to find that opportunity. But no, I'm glad you found it. And I think that's something to touch on too. Is you mentioned roommates. I have kids who are older now and they're going out into the world. They're 20, 21, 19, things like that, and they're looking for roommates as well, and it's tough, like to find someone who's reliable, who's going to pay the bills, who aren't going to trash the place, invite people over, who are going to steal from you. Like it's just a big, hard, tough world out there.
Yeah. For me, it was kind of a culture shock moving from, I graduated from a class of 42 people. So there were a lot fewer people around, right? And it seems like, to me, my perspective and my experiences say, like, as there are fewer people around, they mean more to you. But now I'm like, dude, I moved to where I did and there's people everywhere. It's like, there's so many options that people have less value to each other, you know?
Yeah, in a bigger town. Yeah. Oh yeah, they can. Yeah, I'm sure there's some who will just, that whole fling, right? You meet them, you have a fling, and then you never see them again. You never have to worry about seeing them again.
I'll literally never see you again. I'm going to screw you over and move on with my life, and everything's going to be great. So it's just different values, I think. And obviously, like I said, kind of growing up there in the smaller town, secluded from civilization, again, kind of crafted me into who I am today. And thankfully, I'm not like that. Like the relationships that I am part of forging and crafting mean a lot to me.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think that's a good thing. And but yeah, so we mentioned the games you play. I know you mentioned Save the World. I actually have been more introduced to Save the World through your channel than I have anybody I've stumbled across. I've learned a lot, at least just by watching. I don't think I would be able to play straight out of the gate. I might have to try it out someday. I might have to see what the fuss is all about. But when I was looking at the options, the UI, everything, I was just bombarded. I had no clue what you were doing, and I'm like, okay, he's building on this and this and this. It's like, how does he know where to build and when to build? And I'm like, man, this is long time gaming of it. How long have you been playing it?
I started playing Save the World about 6 years ago, a little over 6 years ago, I think. And it's different to get introduced to. They don't do a great job, and I mean, you have to keep in mind Epic Games is just a small mom and pop shop, small indie company, so they didn't have the resources, I think, to build out a true how-to guide on how to play the game and what everything means. But it takes a little bit of time to get used to. Once you do, though, it's a fantastic game. It has everything in a game that I'm looking for, at least.
Yeah, it seems like, is it kind of like feel it's a tower defense version, isn't it? Is that kind of what it
Yeah.
is? Is there's mob waves, kind of like zombies or something, but it's not. It's just
Yeah, yeah. It is, they're husks. They don't say zombies. But yeah, it is very much a tower defense game. Yeah.
okay. Yeah, no, that's cool. I like that. I'll have to get in. I can see myself getting into it once I get around. Because I remember when I first started playing, I stuck to Battle Royale, and then I did dabble a little bit into Save the World because I got it part of a bundle with the skin or something. I was like, oh, let me go check this out. Or maybe it was the monthly thing that they do, the crew pack, I think they call it. I think I might have got it free with the crew pack. And I tried it out for a couple hours and was like, I had no clue what I was doing or what was even going on. So I think the key part of it is finding people to play with, and maybe either someone who already knows everything or learn together with someone else. So it's like you're absorbing double the knowledge at the time. Or maybe I just need to get good and watch some videos or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Very much so. I mean, it is very much a team game. So it relies a lot on having different heroes and with different abilities, different gadgets, things of that nature. It's definitely helpful. It's rough, and for me, it's rough to really get into any game solo. I don't fall in love with it. Right? It's very much the connections we make along the way and who we're playing with more than it is the game that I'm actually playing.
I think 100% with that. 100%. Like, I have my moments where I just want to play alone once in a blue moon, but then others, I would say a majority, 80%, 90%, it's all about playing with others. Like you said, building that connection, the vibe, the energy. It's feed off each other. Everybody's happy. If we're having bad games, everybody's pissed. It's like, oh, I can't. Come on, what's going on? This is not our luck, but yeah, it's great all around. And then you mentioned I saw some Tarkov. You play some Tarkov.
Yeah. On Tuesdays we do kind of variety. We'll play something different usually. For a while there was Escape from Tarkov. The game is going to wipe here in a couple of weeks, and we haven't been on it as much recently, but it will be back in regular rotation once the game wipes and everyone's left with nothing. It's really the most fun time to play Escape from Tarkov when there's not a bunch of juiced up chads running around headshotting you every time you turn a corner. It's a very fun game too, though. It's a hardcore mill sim, looter shooter extraction royale, and really kind of made me fall in love with the extraction royale game type. I know battle royale's kind of taken over since Fortnite, or Fortnite's taken over, I guess. But the extraction royale, I'm really enjoying that game type.
Yeah, no, that it seems like something I'd be up to enjoying. I've watched a lot of Escape from Tarkov, and then the changes they've made over the last year or two, I guess. But again, not familiar with playing it. I'm like one of those window shoppers. I watch everybody play it, and then I like voice my own opinion on it without playing it, and it's just a terrible thing to do. Chat, never do that. You got to play the game to see how you enjoy it. And that's what I keep trying to tell myself, to talk myself into trying Elden Ring or any of their Soul-like games. Have you played any of those before? Or
no. Never played.
Never played? Never? Would you ever see yourself playing one of those type of games? Or
I don't know. I've considered it, but it's really not the game type that it's like a sports game, Like I can see the value in them, and I know they're popular. A lot of people like them. It's just not really my cup of tea,
Yeah, no, I do know. Sports games I played a lot of Madden with friends, especially locally here, because that's what they were into, and we did Madden tournaments and things like that, and I think they were fun, but that was their cup of tea, like you said. And even though I participated and I played in them, they just weren't my vibe or my thing. But yeah, so we've got a question here. You mentioned looter extractions. Was you into DMZ or the Division Dark Zone?
I played a little bit of the Dark Zone, but I didn't get into that. The issue I had with the Division is the camera angle, the POV, right? I didn't really like that too much. It kind of gave me the Gears of War vibe, and I didn't really like that game either because of the weird third-person over-the-shoulder angles and movement. I didn't really get into that much. DMZ, though, I did actually enjoy and was very much looking forward to how that was going to evolve. And I believe since then, Call of Duty's actually killed that.
Yeah, that's that over the shoulder camera angle thing. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either. I
Mm.
can't. It just I feel like I'm off, like or things are off even watching it, let alone
Yeah.
playing it. It's like what's going on? And I've had
Yeah, I'm not
people.
wanting to get like motion sickness or anything like that, but that's kind of the vibe that I got playing that game. It's weird bouncy stuff over the shoulder. It just wasn't enjoyable for me to play.
Yeah, no, a lot of people get motion sickness. I think even Joker Mom was one of those where playing Fortnite. I think was some. It took a good moment, and I know some people get it in like WoW or first person. Oh, VR
Mm.
racing too. Yeah, VR racing, VR stuff. I know that stuff will get you nauseous. We did some VR racing once, and I remember she was like, "I can't do this. It makes me feel nauseous." I was like,
Yeah.
"Okay." With the whole rig, you sit in the seats and everything, and
Hmm.
yeah, it's so weird how that works. It plays the mental aspect to it. But yeah, so I'm gonna we're gonna look over your page here. So I would
Yeah,
love
yeah.
to. It's just gonna. Let me see if this takes over your camera here. Hopefully not. All right, it didn't. Good. All right. All right. So it says, Shah dude, I'm Wahoo. Whether we're battling Huss and save the world, as you said earlier, not zombies chat. Sorry, I take all that back. Conquering foes in battle royale. You're in for a wild ride filled with laughter and epic moments. Join us, and together we'll make Fortnite more than just a game. We'll make it an unforgettable experience. Awesome. I need to have you write my bio. Yeah. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So, guys, go over, drop him a follow, a like, a sub on those. As well as we've got your special effects for bits. We got your rules. Be positive and helpful to other viewers. Be respectful to moderators. Do not self promote. Do not disrespect other streamers or create drama between streamers. Jokes about mental disorders will result in a ban. Racism or discrimination will result in a ban. English only. Avoid religious and political discussions. No trading or selling of online accounts or currency. And we've got your Rogue partnership with your 20% off with code Wahoo. So, guys, go over, get some Rogue energy. And then we've got your recent bit sub and point users. So really cool there. And we're going to check out, when's your schedule? You want to tell us your schedule?
Yeah, yeah. So I stream every day except for Thursdays, the one day that I take off. Usually, I'm pretty consistent with that. I go live at the plan is 9 p.m., but we have a ItzWahoo late command, so I'm usually late by 5, 10, 30 minutes. But yeah, it's every day besides Thursdays. I'm there.
Nice. I like it. I like it. But yeah, no, I've been known to be late a time or two, aka 9 and 4 minute average. Yeah, I love that, MJ. Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens. Wahoo taught me everything I know about how to guitar. Plastic. You encase a guitar in plastic or
Yeah,
play
it's
guitar.
one of my passions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's one of my passions.
That and magnets.
Magnets.
Yeah, just magnets.
Magnets are pretty cool. Fortnite is a great game, really a lot of fun. Yo, Frankie, welcome in. How are you doing today, my man? And again, let's did we miss another question? Hold on. Nope. Okay. Just making sure. Yo, there he is, Mr. Wahoo, falling from great heights in games gets me sometimes. Yeah, that too. Those what is the game where you have to try to climb upwards and you fall back down?
Oh, only up. Yeah.
Only up, yeah.
Only up. I thought about playing that, but yeah, I died of fall damage quite a bit. It has been less recently, but fall damage is definitely my greatest enemy.
Yeah, I agree. Especially when there's times where I think I should have died from fall damage, but I didn't. But then others where I don't think I should have died, and you're like, what? That was like a little bitty drop there. That's
like jump from a doorstep and die of fall damage. It's pretty bad.
yeah, yeah. You hit the top stair and fall. I almost did that in real life. Died from fall damage. It's been bad. How embarrassing would that have been? Oh, this guy fell.
That's the true threat. I'm pretty sure that's how I'm going to go out.
I know. I hope to go out like you hope to go out heroically, right? You're like battling wolves to save a child, and that's not going to happen. You're going to like look to the left and get hit by walk out in front of a car or something. It's just some dumb way. That's how I'm going to go. I know it. How about you guys?
It's monetized, you know.
Hopefully it's exactly. Hopefully someone catches a clip of it and someone makes some money. Even if it's not me, at least someone should profit off my death. God.
Yeah. Well, it definitely won't be me because I'll be dead.
Because I'll be dead. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, how long have you been streaming in general? How long have you been doing this?
I started a little over 6 years ago. Overall, I have taken some breaks throughout that. There's a couple year gap in there. Where I kind of fell out of love with Save the World back in the day, and it became some mundane task that I was doing because it was part of my habits, right? It was like part of my ritual. And I believe that I perceived it as I wasn't really interested in streaming anymore, and I was really getting into my career path and focusing on my career, my kid, and took a couple of years off. And I recently came back. I guess it's been probably close to a year and a half that I've been back to streaming regularly. But yeah, overall, my first stream was a little over 6 years ago.
Wow, yeah, that's awesome, man. I'm glad you're a vet. You come to this, and you mentioned, losing interest or at the time, right? With either the updates or where the game state was at the time, and you correlated that into streaming. That you were losing interest in streaming, and I think it just all tumbles in, and I think that's I wouldn't say a healthy thing, but I think it's more natural that does occur. I've been doing this for 2 years. I've had my ups and downs just within that short period of time. I know some people who will stop streaming even before their 1 year mark. They don't even make it to that year mark, or they make it to the year, or they make it to their goal of affiliate. And then you never see them again after they hit the affiliate marker, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, I hit affiliate. I'm monetized now." And then you never see them again. I'm like, "But you're monetized now. Now what are you gonna do? Where are we gonna take this now?
That's a common thing with goals. I mean, just in life in general. I'm in my day life. I'm not an online mail entertainer. That's only at night. During the day, I'm an operations manager, and I have a lot of experience with leadership and training. And it seems, and one thing I always tell my team, like with goal setting, we need to make sure that we do have realistic goals and that there's a next step, right? That makes sense. But what I see a lot, especially in leadership roles or when someone gets a promotion or their title changes, that is their goal. They hit it and then they coast, like, "Oh, I made it." Like, you didn't make it, you hit that goal. What's your next one? You can't, this is not the time to let off the gas. Now we really got to take this stuff seriously. And it seems like it's a plague that a lot of people kind of fall into.
Yeah, no, that's 100%. I see that a lot too, And again, being human being, I'm natural of it. I get into it. I hit that goal. I coast. But I try, like you said, I try to keep the steam going, right? You got to keep the train moving to get up that next hill. It's set another goal. What's the next thing to do? And that's something I've learned just being a community organizer as well in this streaming world is you got to keep things moving.
Yeah.
But yeah, welcome in. Yo, we got Papa fucking Turbo in the house. How we doing, Papa? Good to see you. Stub my toe and just, die. Yo, that would, stub your toe. The toe breaks. The break gets an infection. The infection leads to the leg. They lobbed the leg off, but little did they know you had a brain tumor at the same time. I don't know. That's how.
That's how that's how they got Bob Marley. Broke his toe playing some soccer, and it got him, took him out.
Wow, I did not know that. You just educated me. I did not know that.
Crazier things have happened. I mean, that's not unrealistic,
Yeah, I think the ShamWow guy bumped his head on an overcarriage on a plane and ended up killing himself there. I don't know all about that.
That's crazy. What a loss to society.
I know, yeah. Such a spokesman. Yo, Coffee B, welcome in. Guys, yo, Eagles chick with the babies. Thank you. Dollar. dollar dollar, chain chain, bling bling. But yeah, man, no, that is crazy how that goes. Made me get up and say some David Goggins quotes. David Goggins, isn't that the guy from the Fallout series, right?
No.
No,
David Goggins? No. He's a kind of a motivational speaker. He's I don't even know really what I would call him. His story is like he was a overweight exterminator and stuff, and one day like woke up, had a rough childhood in life, and he went and joined the Marines and started doing some crazy marathon stuff, just like back to back to back. That dude is that is the motivation right there. David Goggins is a monster.
Oh, so he's this big guy now, like tough and swole and military and marathons and all that.
Yeah. Kind of like the S tier of anything motivational and marathon running, things like that. Just anything that he hates doing basically motivates him to do it. He has a really cool story though. If you've not listened to or read through David Goggins, just 100% recommend.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely check him out. I love inspirational stuff. You know, it kind of gets me going when I get into a slump, or just even when I need the extra drive and initiation and motivation. I like to tune in on some good stories, because it lets you know that no matter how old you get, there's still opportunity and still knowledge to be had, right? I think that's something that people need to realize. I've told it countless times, is never perceive or believe that you know enough that you need to know. There's always more knowledge, more information that you can obtain, that you can utilize towards not even maybe making yourself a better person, but making the other lives around you better as well. Maybe not directly, but by through influence, or even your children. You never know what your actions and your abilities are to make someone else's day better, or even shit. I hate the feeling of knowing that I've contributed towards making other people's day bad, right? So we want to provide and plant that good knowledge. But yeah, Papa Turbo been doing good, focusing on IRL, trying to get back to it, just pushing every day. How you been, Joker? Doing pretty good, my man. Doing pretty good. As you can see, we got the wonderful guest ItzWahoo here. Highly recommend checking him out if you haven't got a chance, Papa. But good to see you back, man. Hopefully things are going smoother. Family's doing well. And if you get back into the swing of things with streaming, man, let me know. Be here to collab and do some things with you. I'd be very, very excited to do so. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody else's comments here, guys. Yeah, nope, we're solid. Yo, all right. But yeah, so we do like to we'll check out some clips here on your channel momentarily. I do like to ask some fun, interesting questions as well. If you were on death row, you only had one meal that you could have, dessert included, what would be your meal of choice as your last meal?
I'd probably just go with some Taco Bell, you know? If you're taking me out, you're going to have some shit to clean up.
Nice. Nice.
I've been really digging the grilled cheese steak burritos recently, and those things are really good. And obviously for dessert, I'm going cheesecake all the way. I love cheesecake. It's my weakness for sure. I could sit down and eat and have sat down and eaten entire cheesecakes before. It's a problem.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. It is a problem. I'm a cheesecake consumer of all cheesecake. They're like, "Oh, what's your favorite?" Right? And I think what is there really a favorite cheesecake? Just eat it all.
Well, for me, yeah, I just like a plain New York style cheesecake. I don't really need all the extra bells and whistles and pie filler on top of it. None of that. Just give me a cheesecake. I'm good to go. Graham cracker crust. Oh, I'm there for it.
Yeah, I'm the same. Plain New York is the way to go. Mm-hmm. But so yeah, the cheesecake and Taco Bell, the grilled cheese. You said steak burrito.
Yeah, super good.
I'm gonna have to try that one out. I haven't tried that one. I love the steak. Good love. I get the steak chalupa. Steak chalupas are pretty classic. It's like fry bread. You ever had fry bread before?
I don't know what that is, but I have had a chalupa. So if it's like that, yeah.
Yeah, the bread's kind of like that. It's a little different. I mean, it's kind of same almost texture and fluffiness, but it's fried. I don't know if that's that bread is fried or not, but it's a Native American type thing. They use fried bread. You can either do it sweet with like cinnamon and sugar and things like that, or you can do it as like a base for like fried bread tacos or burgers. Some like to put a burger on it or make like a fried bread taco. Yeah, used for tacos. Yeah. Yo, Hank's Alien Tech. What we got Wahoo here today on the show. Can't believe it. I had to give him all my V-Bucks to talk him into coming on. But we did it, chat. We don't have V-Bucks, but we got Wahoo, so that's all we need. I'm just kidding. I didn't have to do that, but yeah, what's up, Hank? Yo, exactly. What's up, Hank? Absolute legend. He is, my man. And so are you. So are you, Hank. Can't sell yourself short there. You're a legend as well, my man. It was great to have you on the show. I appreciate you spending your time with me vibing. I can make them tacos. I learned how to make fry bread from my grandmother. Yo, D-pad, where you live, man? Where you live? What's that zip code? I'll be there shortly. You can go ahead and start whipping it up. Me and Wahoo will roll through doing some Fortnite dance emotes and stuff, and we'll grab some fry bread and we'll bounce. Yo, Casey Sapphire, how are you doing? Don't have a zip code. I'm Canadian. What? How are we? Send me your GPS longitude, latitude coordinates. I don't know. How are we going to find you, man? I don't know how you guys do it up in Canada.
I think it's pronounced Canada, but...
Canada? Yeah, Canada. Yeah.
Follow the syrup trails to get to D-pad.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so here, let's go ahead and now that I got it, we're going to check out some clips here.
Amber lamps.
The amber lamps? Find a key card? Do you know where the key card is?
I didn't know there was.
It's right here. Yeah, there's a key card.
Oh, no. May not be audio in this. Oh, no.
Yeah. The key card was that.
Yeah. So that's Escape from Tarkov. Essentially, it's a very short clip, and I had the stream muted, which is why I couldn't hear it. Sorry. So in that there are colored key cards that are worth a lot of money. Like that initially was worth like 31 million in-game rubles.
Wow.
And I'd never found one of those before. But I was playing with my friend Andrew, who I usually play Escape from Tarkov with. He was already there looting that ambulance. But there's a specific spot right there that the key card spawns. So I was like, oh, I'm going to find a key card, like making a joke. And then it was actually there for the first time ever. It was absolutely crazy.
Wow. I kind of want to watch it again. We're going to watch it again, chat, just so I can. Now I have context to the clip, and that's even better. So let's watch it.
The amber lamps? Find a key card? Do you know where the key card is?
I didn't know there was.
It's right here. Yeah, there's a key card.
Oh, no way!
He's like, did you find the key card? Yeah. Yeah, I've heard
no
about
idea
that,
where
actually.
it was.
You're not the first person to tell me about like the rare spawns of the key cards in the game, and I've never seen someone find one. So yeah, that was a good clip right there.
Yeah, it's something that you check every time you play in that map, and something that's never there until that day. I've not found one since either, but I had one that day. And my friend Andrew was already there. You saw him searching. There's like a little med bag. Yeah, there's like a little med bag back there that has like splints and stuff that's like super cheap. And right next to him was 31 million rubles worth of a single slot item.
Yeah. Should have started from the front end and gone to the back. Yeah.
Yep, he just didn't know. It's the things that you don't know until you know that you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what gets us.
Just gotta. Oh look who clipped this one. Good old Jokerdad 6 days ago.
Hey.
Let's see what we got. What my bad clip is.
Okay. No. One.
Oh yeah, this was the Wahoo clutch, chat. I was there for this, as you could tell, and I love it. We got Willow. Willow was sleeping, all sprawled out, comfortable while you were clutching it. What a sweat!
Yeah, she's really the star of the show.
Oh, she's great. Yeah, I've considered it in the past with I live in an apartment, so everything's like all enclosed, and we just moved my cat to a different spot in the window. I might be able to set up something, but before I wasn't able to. But this might be a good opportunity to get the cat in, get the cat points.
So back in the day as well, I streamed a lot of BR. I played a lot of BR. I was getting pretty good with it. It's definitely not my. I really enjoy playing the battle royale variant for Fortnite, but it's not my my primary game that I like playing. Right, so I'm still very bad at the game. But when I can hit some shots and clutch up a little bit, it makes me feel good, like I actually accomplished something. But I'm not really the competitive type. You know, I don't have hours and hours and hours to dump into a game and get my skill up, which is one of my downfalls for Escape from Tarkov as well. Essentially, it requires you to have very small movements in order to be able to aim and eliminate people. And I just don't have it. I'm old. I got old hands. I got old eyes. We're just doing this best we can, you know? Which is why I really focus on the vibe over the games. That's what's important to me. Doesn't really matter what I'm playing. As long as we're having a good time, that's really what I'm here for, you know?
Yeah, no, that's 100%. I'm getting there myself. You know, it's like I was telling that to Joker Mom one day. I had some arthritis in my mouse hand, and I was like, bro, it's like, what am I gonna do? What am I can't snipe people like I used to. I was like, I'm crashing, and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to play some other games, some other vibes. So I told everybody, or just chatting, I was like, I'm just gonna be I joked. I was like, I'm gonna turn into a Marvel streamer.
Yeah.
But nothing against Marvel streamers out there, chat.
Yeah, but I mean, for me too, and I had this realization early on. It's like I can do my best. Like, if people are gonna show up and they're gonna return, it's not gonna be because I'm the most amazing gamer there is. Right? There's a lot of great gamers out there that are streaming. People show up for those guys because they're incredible. It's not that. So I'm not focused so much on being the best gamer that I possibly can. I'm there to be the best streamer, the best entertainer that I possibly can, which is really where my focus is. You know.
Oh yeah, and you're a great entertainer, man. You know, and I think that's something that needs to be said. I tell everybody, you know, there's people who I feel are naturally talented with the gift of ramble, and you're definitely one of those. You can drive the stream, the what's going on in your chat, you know, with your games that are going on, your spin wheel, what you're doing, playing at the same time. You're telling the other players, you know, helping them out in the save the world. And I'm like, man, how's he juggling all this in his brain? I was like, I'm lost at the moment. So you're a good entertainer. You keep it moving. And it's something I've had to learn to be better with as well. Over the course of the 2 years I'm streaming, I'm always trying to learn, always trying to improve the stream. Not just for myself, but for the sake of the community, for the stream itself, right? Like the stream itself deserves a better treatment, and you've done a really good job shaping and molding your content and your community over the course of the 6 years that you've been streaming. So kudos to you for getting where you're at, you know.
Thank you. I apparently do sometimes make it look easy, because when I fail at juggling all those things, I get called out pretty quickly, right? Oh, Wahoo can't read, you know, all of that kind of stuff. It's like, what do you mean? I got a lot of stuff going on right now, you know. But they're quick to I see it every day, you know.
Wahoo's so bad. Oh my god, he missed a shot. He can't read. Wahoo.
Yeah, exactly. What is a bad streamer? Man, that's what that was. Jeez.
Yeah. I always say I'm gonna change my name to It's Washed Up instead of It's Wahoo, you know.
Oh wow, that's a good name change. I mean, I guess if you're gonna rebrand, that is a good way to go.
That's it.
I'm working out, brother, but I'm here vibing with it. Yo, I appreciate that, my man. Drop before you go, if you're getting them gains, drop Wahoo a follow. Go check him out. Definitely won't be disappointed. How's your day going? And this question goes to Jokerdad. How you good at Fortnite? Yo, I appreciate that, Spider Girl. I don't know how I'm good at Fortnite. I just do my best. You know, this is the finger. You see this? This finger here has killed countless children in Fortnite, and some adults too. So, you know, we do our best. We try. Wahoo has great radio voice. Yeah, he does have a great radio voice. Great radio voice. Yeah, look at him. He's a Wahoo
gift.
talk show man. Yeah, Yama ZG01. What is that? The mic you're using?
Me?
Or Hanks, or I don't know. I thought maybe he knew what equipment you were running.
Oh, I don't know. I use it's a Shure mic. I don't know the model number of it.
Okay.
And I use for my voice changer thing, I use voice mod. That's really it. That's all I use. It's just for effects and stuff that I can do for stream to add some fun to it.
Oh yeah, voice mod's awesome. I always tell people to use the voice mod. Even I use it mostly for the clean option. I like the clean option. It just kind of normalizes and centers the voice, I've noticed, and I like it. There we go. LMAO, I admire that you don't get that locked in super often. It is super fun to watch your stream. Yo, Casey, Wahoo stream is awesome. And he doesn't get locked, like you said. There are only few moments that he gets locked in. And I try. That's the biggest struggle when it comes to playing games, is to not forget that there are people that need to be engaged, that are people watching, that your chat is still communicating with you. And sometimes that's hard when there's a downtime in the stream discussion. Chats may be starting to slow. A lot of people are just watching, listening. No one's really engaging. To keep things flowing and fluid is, I think, one of the biggest, toughest things for a lot of streamers.
Yeah, and occasionally I do get locked in, and I think it was Casey that said that. Yeah, she's absolutely right. And I notice when I'm doing it too, because I feel myself hyper focused, tunnel vision on the game, and it's just not. I don't know. It's just not the vibe I'm into. There's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of great gamers out there that have a lot of awesome skill. And I'm not going to compete with them in a competitive environment. But what I can do is I'm focusing on the entertainment value and hopefully breaking the monotony of people's days, giving them a high point in the day, making them laugh, doing something that kind of get them out of whatever it is they're going through. Whatever they're seeking entertainment for. I hope that I can provide that. But it's not going to be laser focused, not paying attention to what's going on, and only focused on hitting some shots.
Yeah,
Games of my heart,
100%,
or something like that.
Let's see what this clip
Games
is
of my heart.
about here. Here we go.
Games of my heart, or something like that. Ooh, you had to in-stream. People were duping. What the fuck? People with you? Yeah, nah, don't be doing that. That's a good
someone
call.
talking about some
getting out of that
duping.
thing. I would remove those people from your
duping.
friends
Yeah,
list.
probably. I know I had to change
Shame
my
on you
clips
guys.
so
If
that
you're in here and you're duping-
it's subscriber only clips, because as I was going through, I often go through and do some clip cleanups, and there's just a lot of bunk clips out there, just people that hit the clip button and not know what they're doing and somehow find the publish button too. I don't really know what's going on with it, but it's like, dang, man. Like, how do you misclick so many times? I feel that. That's the toughest. It is a problem. I that's something I need to do as well. Is but at the same time, it's like I want everybody to be able to clip my stuff, but then I'm like, I don't want everybody to clip my stuff because, like you said, they don't know how to do it or what they're doing, they clip it and it's like the very last part after all the good juicy stuff that just happened, and it's just you looking. It's a
like
full minute of nothing. Yeah.
Let's see here if this one's a full minute of nothing. We're taking a dice roll, chat, every time. Let's go.
Oh,
we got a free sub. Nice.
Yo, that's what we're doing today. Is that really what we're doing today? We're just doing that thing.
You can filter these by like most views or something like that.
If you're in here and you're not following my friend
right?
Green's bad.
You should be able to. I don't know. It says just top all. Vibes. Top 7, top 24 hour.
Good dude. They got
I might be able to filter it. Let me see down here. No. I mean, these look like they're some of your old ones too. So these are good. This one's got like 300 and something.
No.
Oh, you got him with the flintlock.
I'm a god with the flintlock.
It wasn't this season, no. It was back when the flintlock was there. So we have that one, which is pretty quick. There was one that's Mammoth Too Good, I think, was the other one. That's really good. I love the Mammoth.
God with the flintlock.
I'm into the flintlock. It's really and I know you kind of take the sniper approach as well. That's really my style. I don't like being up in people's faces with shotguns and SMGs. I like taking them out when they least expect it. They don't even know that I'm there. Bam, headshot. But the Mammoth 2 good one, I think, is probably a pretty good one too. There's a few in there that are pretty good.
Kids, come in. Where's y'all at?
Nobody's showing back doors, though. Below you guys.
Nope. You see me miss.
Oh, nice.
88, right? Oh, I tagged him 157. Oh, I knocked one. Knocked another one.
Ooh.
Right down there. There's 2 knocked.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to go that way. We could use some.
So that's the difference from your voice and the new mic? It just kind of like, I mean, obviously I can tell it's the same person, but your voice sounds different now compared to that clip. And I was just like, I wonder if that's the difference from the mic.
I don't even know what mic that was there. I don't know. I don't remember when that clip was even taken. Does it show my mic in the actual clip?
I think so. It's like a blue one. Let me see here.
Oh, that's a different mic then,
Kids,
for sure.
come in. Where's y'all at?
Nobody's
Is
showing back doors.
that the mic? I can't
No,
tell. It looks like
that's the audio interface. So I had a change. I updated and upgraded my audio interface to Neighbor Media. I think it cleans up the audio.
Oh, I
a bit.
tagged him
Adds a little
157.
bit more-
Oh, I knocked one.
Brings in a little bit more of the bassy tones. Maybe
Knocked another
I
one.
Don't
Yeah.
have the stream sound on, so I don't know what I sound like.
That's fine.
Right down there. There's 2 knocked.
Augments were so good. Oh, I miss them so
I
much.
miss
Being able to
augments
shoot
too,
We have to go that
oh,
way. We could use
the Mammoth more than one shot, so perfect.
Yeah, I miss the augments too. I actually like that. They were fun, and I had my set that I ran with no matter what I was using, and it was fun. I like I think it was the Mammoth, maybe the same gun you were using. I remember catching someone running down some stairs and their head as they were going down was barely visible. And I just headshotted them and was like, wow. Yeah. I got that clip somewhere in all my clips. Facts, augments were goated. Yo, what's up, Turtle? How we doing today? Good to see you. Augments were so good. I hate that they took them out. Yeah, MJ, 100%. I think they'll bring them back. Who knows, right? Maybe even this season. That would be, we're still crossing. For a while, it's weird because for a while they left them in the menu for like the longest, and people thought they were going to come back. They're like, oh, augments are coming back, augments. And then they just disappeared. And I was like, oh, great, thanks. Like, leave people on a goose chase for a couple seasons with it still in the menu. Soaring Springs, Soaring Sprints. Yo.
Oh, yeah, those are so good. When you sprinted, you had low grab when you jumped. Isn't that right?
Yeah,
I think if you were jumped from sprinting, it was really good. There's some, man, I don't know. I don't know if you take recommendations. There may be another clip under that, though, where I mean, there's a few where I kind of clutch up at the end. This is like during the era in which I was playing solely Battle Royale, I stopped streaming for a bit. I came back, and the ItzWahoo clutch, maybe. I came back to streaming and had completely forgotten what games I was playing and kind of what I was most passionate about. And I forgot about Save the World altogether.
Yo, we got Beauty fucking Nightmares in the chat with the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. Guys, how are we doing today? Happy Sunday. We got the wonderful ItzWahoo on the show today. If you guys don't know ItzWahoo, one of the greatest entertainers on Twitch. He is a BR master, Save the World master, Tarkov expert. No, I mean, all those. He plays those games. But, yeah, check him out. Drop him a follow. We got him here on the show. Chill. Relax a little bit with us. If not, if you've been hanging with Beauty all morning, I'm assuming, were you guys doing the International Degenerates podcast with Sea Captain this morning as well? Hopefully your guys' show went amazing. You guys had a good time. Appreciate you sharing that community with me this morning. They run a wonderful podcast as well, so that's always great. So if you're ever up on a Sunday morning here in the States, go over, drop Beauty Nightmares a follow, Sea Captain as well. Let's see here. You said the ItzWahoo clutch?
I think so. It's been a while since
we'll check
watched
them
my
all
clips. I'm not too vain, I try not to go and watch my own clips too much, but
yeah, no, that's tough. That's tough to do. I'm cringe. I'm like, God, I sound like that. God, I'm trash. God. All right, let's see.
It's just me versus 5.
It's just me versus 5.
Yeah, it's just me and 5 dudes. It's bad. This is the one I thought.
Sounds like a casting couch episode.
Yeah, the guys never stop coming.
See how we get shots.
Literally.
Here they come.
God damn it. I'm dead.
Yeah, it's fucking asshole on that fucking dinosaur. You got him. He stays in snore. He's low from snoring.
Hit! How does he have shield?
Oh. Panicking. Reload one shot, shoot it.
Oh, wow.
Damn!
One
bro.
health.
Holy
I had
shit, I had to
one.
reload that whole time.
I should have been dead.
Yeah, no, that was a good
Shotgun
one.
shell at-
That was a good one. We played one the other day and with Joker Mom, and I said the same thing after I clutched it. I was like, there's no way. I think it was like a 3v1 2, and I was like, there's no way they just let me fucking have that. I was like, they should have killed me. But that's why you fight. You fight, chat. You fight till the end.
Yep.
Until the
Keep going.
last
And that-
second.
That clip, I think, really proves how much teamwork is important in this game. They came at me one at a time, like a Steven Seagal film, and I took them out one at a time. You know, if they would have came at me at the same time, I would have been toast there, easy.
Yeah. I think it's all on the line of like all of them were so unprepared because we've storm ran before with the team, right? We've all been there where we're like running and one of us are almost dead, so they start taking a med pack, and then the other one's reloading, and like you said, it's that one at a time. But that's why I'm a guy who I'm last to the party or I'm first there. I don't like to show up in the middle. I'm not the middle guy. I got to either be the first in that circle, in the zone, high ground, and watching everybody run in while I'm trying to pick them off, or I'm one of the guys who are like riding the storm circle in, right? Or in the storm, waiting for the last opportunity to be the last guy to the show. Either way, that's my strategy. And like you said, a far enough distance.
They don't even know that I'm a threat. They don't even know I exist.
Yeah, exactly. I never saw it coming. See if we got another. Let's see. Is this your? Oh, that's the key card.
Calling on salutes actually is probably a good one. That kind of shows the vibe of the stream, right? Like the cool clips and shots is fine, but
so you get notifications.
this is more me.
That's why you follow him, so you get notifications, and whenever he is live, you can be like,
The audio's a little low
Yeah,
on
would you
this
want me
one.
to call him? Actually, you know what? So let me call him real quick. I'll let him know that you're that you need twine endurance. Hold on. Hey, hello. Hey. Yeah, this guy needs help with his twine endurance. Do you wanna stop doing what you're doing with your family and get online and help him?
Stop doing what you're doing with your family.
He just came in and asked. You will? Oh, cool. Oh no, I don't have diarrhea anymore. It's done.
Oh no, I don't have diarrhea anymore.
Yeah, the cream helped too. Okay. Oh yeah, I'll let him know. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. That, like you said, if there's a clip that explains the vibe, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's it. The cool clips and the shots is cool, but again, it's not a thing that happens every game, you know? Usually I'm just missing and dying and get carried by good players that have wandered across that continue returning and showing love, and then we've kind of forged that relationship with.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. You run a great stream. I really enjoy being there. I'll always be there to support it, promote it, do the best I can to be a part of your great community. So I appreciate you welcoming me in with open arms. Always a fun time. And it's great because I try to get in, play some games with you when I get an opportunity. You've hopped in a few times, played some games with me, so I appreciate the mutual love and respect of the stream and the show. So yeah, thanks again.
Of course. It's what it's all about. I don't expect a one-way support structure, right? I do everything I can to support as many people as I possibly can in the community. At the same day, like it's the thing that I tell you, and you kind of touched on it a little bit earlier when you were talking about people that get affiliated and then they stop streaming or start letting off the gas. It's like people, I think, get into streaming thinking I'm going to click go live and everyone's going to show up and they're all going to give me all their money and all that stuff. And I like to remind people, like, at the end of the day, you are streaming and no one owes you anything, you know? Like, if you're going to build something, it's up to you to put in the work and put the energy into it to build it. And if it is something that resonates with people and they believe in what you're doing and most importantly, why you're doing it, people will continue to show up. But if they don't, like, you're going to be there by yourself. Like, that's what it's all about. And you have to get through those moments. And that's the biggest mental obstacle, I think, especially when starting to stream, is overcoming the do I go live question. You know, do I stream? Do I not stream? What's the point in even doing that? Because I think we've probably all been there if you streamed before and been about to, you know, you have the pre-live jitters and it's just like, I could just not do this, you know? You could just play some games and hang out and do nothing.
It's a lot easier to do that, you know, and I've done it a few times, especially off stream schedule, because like I streamed last night a little bit, and I normally don't stream Saturday nights, like hardly ever, unless it's some event. And I was like, oh, I should maybe talk myself out. But Joker Mom was more excited than I was for the stream on an off day. And I was like, okay, you know, and then I started streaming and then I started enjoying it and I started having fun with it. And I think that's the biggest, most important thing is to have fun with it. If you're not having fun with it, what's the whole purpose anymore? If you're just doing it for followers or doing it for fame or fortune or whatever it is, if you're not enjoying it, it's going to come off on the content, it's going to come off on your community, and I think everybody's trying to have fun, you know, everybody's wanting to have a blast and have a good time, and that's why I enjoy this show, because I have a blast having guests like you on who I can learn something from, I can have a good vibe, exchange good stories, I get to talk with wonderful guests in the chat, you know, people who are coming on or audience. You guys are a big W to me, so I want to thank everybody again who's either sitting back listening, lurking, who's been engaging, like you, MJ. Thank you for being here, chatting up a storm, giving some love to Wahoo. You know, everybody has value and love and appreciation, and I think the streamer, the content creator, showing that love and appreciation back to the community is most important too. And Wahoo does a great job at that. So yeah, kudos again, Wahoo, for that. So let's give another round of applause, chat, for Wahoo. So if you guys haven't, let me go ahead and give you a big shout out here. And again, if you're listening in later on any major public platforms such as Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, as well as Spotify, any of those platforms, ItzWahoo is ItzWahoo on Twitch. So go over, and also on all our other YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, right?
Yeah. ItzWahoo everywhere.
It's Wahoo everywhere. I know, I love it. And I that's something, again, I tell everybody, you know, you have to make an external presence. You know, that's something I've learned over the process, is it's really, really tough on Twitch, especially right now. I know I feel like this is for a lot of people. Some, obviously, it's different. It's not going to be for everybody, but this year has been a bigger struggle than my previous year. And I'm only 2 years in, so I can't compare previous years from that. But I did hear COVID, you know, during that COVID phase was actually a pretty good time for the platform and for streamers, because there was a lot more eyes who weren't, you know, working. Yep. They weren't busy. They had all the time to watch and all the time to stream. But now that things are getting back to, you know, more working, inflation, economy, there's less viewership out there, I feel, than there was in previous years.
Yeah, it's definitely impacted it, I would say. I was watching a lot of Twitch when COVID happened, but I wasn't streaming during that time, so I can't reflect on that personally.
Yeah, I can't
one thing
either.
that I always say to people, especially because we have a lot of streamers that start off, and we probably are both familiar with streamers that are just getting started or are struggling to kind of catch their grip and their momentum. I always tell, like, you have to kill it to the abyss. You know, like you have to be okay with doing all the right things when no one is there, and eventually people will show up. But the issue is people aren't doing that, right? We get in the habit of not killing it to the abyss and just going through the motions, and then when people show up, they don't see you killing it. They see you going through the motions, and that's kind of what we're kind of perpetuating our own lack of growth then in that way. We really have to be there to capitalize on when people do show up, and the only way to do that is by killing it to the abyss.
100%, guys. To the abyss we go. You gotta push. You got to push. So yeah, what give us some of the hobbies that you do outside of streaming, things that you we normally wouldn't see you do on stream.
I have a 10-year-old daughter, so I spend a lot of time with her. Actually, once we finish up here, I'm going to Pokemon League with her. So we go every Sunday and play Pokemon, the TCG. So we have decks built and all that stuff. We go have fun with that. Really, I mean, outside of work and my daughter and my doggos, it's pretty much it. There's not really a lot of spare time there. I'm either working or hanging out with my daughter and dogs, and then once I get my daughter to bed, I click go live, and I'm there until 1-2 o'clock in the morning, trying to get a few hours of sleep and do it all again the next day.
Yeah, busy man. I know how it is with the kiddos. You kind of get wrapped up into that, and there's not much time for anything else. But yeah, so tea parties, right? You do some tea parties from time, you know. Like,
yeah, we're past that stage, thankfully.
Oh, okay.
So not anymore, but yeah. She's a big
good.
gamer too. I built her a gaming PC, so she's out there playing Fortnite on mouse and keyboard. Very proud. She has a lot of fun. So she's,
wow,
yeah,
mouse and keyboard. You're
gaming.
teaching her. Yeah, she's gonna replace you and save the world at some point, huh?
Yeah, I hope so. I haven't gotten her into Save the World yet. She's not really into that one, but she loves VR. I gave her a controller too, so she has the option, and she chose mouse and key. So I'm not gonna tell her to step away from that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it until you said it. You know, my kids actually hopped on when I was like AFK. I'm like, oh, I gotta go grab some stuff, hop on and play my character, and it was weird because she sat right down, and it was almost like she naturally knew where the buttons were and stuff. And I guess that's early on keyboard and mouse use in schools nowadays, unlike it was when I was little. Like once a week you use keyboard and mouse, and I'd play Oregon Trail or something. But now these kids in school, they use it every day, or a tablet or something that kind of helps input information. I remember in elementary here, they were having them use tablets for math games and things like that to get their math learning in. And it's just so different time than when we were kids, I guess.
Yeah. Back in my day, the internet came in the mail.
Yeah, exactly. You've got mail. No. Yo, we've got Ona in the building. If you guys don't know Ona, this guy is cracked professional Fortnite player. It's been a hot minute. Appreciate you being here, Ona. How have you been? How's the family? Hopefully you guys are doing well. We got ItzWahoo, Ona. You got to drop Wahoo a follow. Go over, check him out. Really great guy. Our guest today on Jokerdad Spotlight, episode 147. Yo, Sir Edge, 1987. Thank you for being here. We got Wahoo. Yes, ItzWahoo. It is ItzWahoo. What kind of content does he do? He do BR, Save the World, as well. So really great Fortnite streamer. Does some random on Tuesdays, he said. Some random
Tuesdays
gameplay.
are on some variety. Yeah.
So yeah, I think you'll enjoy the vibe. Casual or comp? Casual. He's a casual guy like myself. We're a bunch of casual dads. We're not the try-hard chads. You guys, Ona's cracked. This kid is like super cracked. When I want to bully people, I'm like, hey, Ona, man, I got this thing going on. I need you to carry me. So he's the guy I call. Imagine playing comp. I know. Yeah. I know. Let me wipe the sweat off my brow. I'm already sweating.
Yeah, I'm not trying to taste the pixels at night, you know? I'm just trying to have a good time.
Yeah, develop ashy elbows and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. We're going to look at another clip here. I'll give you some. What do we got here? Oh, another Mammoth OP. Let's go. Or is this the same one? I don't think this is the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
one.
Something's
I think it's
going on
different.
over here, something fishy.
Yeah, this is before the Willow Cam.
Oh, nice.
Still had the augments though. So good.
Oh, they're on the ice. Oh, I knocked one. Oh, baby! Give it to me!
Give it, baby, give it to him. Yo, Frankie. Still here with us. Yo, let's go, Frankie. My elbow never touches the desk. Yo. That's a good one. Oh no, I'm glad. I'm glad you're always at it, man. You're always at it. No rest for the wicked, I always say. Oh baby, quick with it.
Right here.
Right here.
Right there.
Oh,
Nice.
buddy.
See, you say you're not cracked, and then you're pulling off quick shots like that.
I like the sniper, man. I don't know. I like snipers. That's one thing that I'm really sad about this season is they did the snipers dirty. You know,
They did. They did.
it does all right up to like 60 meters, and then the bullet just falls straight to the ground. It feels bad. I really don't like it. I'm ready for another good snipe season. And there, at the end of that season, actually, where that clip was, their snipers were everywhere. You know, everyone was getting cracked with snipers, and it felt good. Having a little snipe off.
Yeah, I love it too, and that's how I feel right now. Not only is the drop on it off, but the reload's terrible. Especially when I said it in the beginning when we got into the cars and everything was so quick. The rocket gloves. I even told the wife and a few others. I was like, "Yo, man, this is not," because they were like, "Oh, the sniper's gone." I said, "Can you look at the meta right now and tell why the snipers are gone? The snipers would be no good right now." And they're not really good even using the heavy. I still just like to use it because I'm a sniper and it's what they gave me. But the DMR is actually even better probably right now than that sniper is, which I'm not a DMR guy. I've never really been.
I'm not either. I miss the hit scan weapons. I don't like I don't know. Fortnite to me is just not a projectile shooting type game. I like to be able to aim somewhere, click the button, and that's where my bullet is, instantaneously.
Yeah.
The travel time and I have to, figure in the curvature of the earth and gravity and the rotations and stuff. Like, I don't want that.
The
I don't
wind's
need that.
blowing from the west.
Yeah. It's like, come on, man. That's not what Fortnite is to me, but
Yeah, no, 100%. I agree. I think they were trying to cater, right, to an audience that wasn't there. And it's like, oh, look, Fortnite added drops, or bullet drop. Let's go check them out. Like all the Call of Duty people were magically just going to migrate over because of the bullet drop.
yeah.
All right, let me see here. What is this?
Updates are good. And I often remind people we have to have bad seasons in order for there to be good seasons. They're going to make some changes that aren't that popular, and then the next season's going to be incredible, and we're going to fall in love with it all over again. It's all temporary, so it ebbs and flows, and it's going to continue to evolve. Fortnite's still an amazing game, and it's almost like its own category now, honestly, with Save the World and BR and all the creative stuff they have going on. It's almost in a chapter of its own, really.
Oh, for sure. I agree 100%. You've got the rocket racing, you have Festival, you have Lego. I mean, this is literally its own universe, really. Like, I mean, you have whatever type of game you play, you can probably find an equivalent or close enough variant in Epic or Fortnite itself to fulfill what you're looking for, I guess you would say. You're a Minecraft player, you have the Lego. If you're a racer or a car guy, there's the rocket racing. If you like the Guitar Hero aspect. Only Up, there's a game in Fortnite for Only Up. I think I played it and I was getting frustrated. I'm like, I can't play this fucking game. This is gonna piss me off. I also like the ones where like it's the obstacle course where you like the first person to the end on the time. You got to jump over everything, and that's fun too.
A little rat race.
Yeah, I've got to find the map for that or the mode, and also like I need to work on my aim shooting. Like I need some user maps for practice. For like I saw there's some for like it'll bounce targets off the wall, so you can practice on if someone's flying through the air. Say they're shock waving away or they're jumping down, you can shoot in front of it, and then it'll keep doing it, so you can practice your aim. I don't know. I need to get good. I need to get better. It's hard.
Yeah. And always keep in mind, Aim Labs is free.
Aim what is it? Aim Labs?
Aim Labs, yeah, on Steam.
Oh, I didn't know. Is that real thing? Is that a thing? Is that
Yeah, it's a real thing. It really is. But it would be better in Fortnite, I think. But yeah, Aim Labs is a free to play game. It basically is just that. It's just dummies and you're practicing your aim. I need to do that too, actually. Oh no, I want that map also. If you can get that, or I'll get it from Joker.
Yeah, for sure. I think it would be Aim Labs trash game. Yeah, he's like, yeah, he's but no, I mean anything's better than nothing. So if you got to start somewhere, But no, I'll take like you said, I'll take the code and then we'll share it out. I think it'd be something even fun to stream sometimes. It's like, here, watch me get horrible aim and watch Jokerdad learn to be good. That would be an interesting take. I mean, it's not like people don't already know I'm trash, but I'll show them in real time. So you got when you grew up in Indiana, Indiana. You said do you have brothers, sisters? Were you the only child, or?
I have a younger brother and a younger sister. Yeah.
Are they gamers too at this point in their life, or have they gamed? Not really.
Nah, not really. My brother is a pilot, and my sister is a server.
Oh, okay. Well, that's awesome. I mean, yeah, I feel like pilots are kind of gaming, right? When they're flying.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. It's a little less fun, I think, and a little bit more serious.
Yeah,
he used to fly commercially, which was awesome because I got hella discounts on flights. He now flies for organ replacement. So when someone perishes or expires, they take the organs out, he goes and gets them and then delivers them to whoever is up on a list to receive those organs. So that was one thing that he really wanted to do and like where his passion was. And that's what he's doing now, which is super awesome.
No, that's very cool. I think that's very cool. Very honorable, take your expertise and do something good with it and deliver vital organs for people who need it. I think that's awesome. I think if I was in that line of work, right, that's where probably my heart would be as well. Not feeding the big corporations.
Yeah, it cost me my discount, but I've forgiven him.
Yeah, it cost
Took
me.
a while.
Yeah. I needed those frequent flyer miles.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's cool. I like because I like to, some of our questions are more family based. I love to get to know people, their family. You mentioned you got a kid, you got animals. What were I'm sure my kid would. I'm surprised she's not here to ask you. My kid always asks every guest I have on the same specific question. What are your favorite breeds of dogs and cats, and what is your favorite?
If we're talking about cats, I have a Maine Coon. Her name's Hissy, which she's super cool. It's like the most dog-like cat I could think of. And for dogs, it would either have to be Bull Mastiffs or Rottweilers, which is what I grew up raising, essentially. Those are the most amazing. But I'm more of a dog guy, My first pet that I physically owned once I kind of was out on my own, I didn't really purchase any pets because I was struggling to feed myself for the longest time. But I got a cat to start because I wasn't working from home. I was constantly out, and they're much more self-sustainable, right? Like Hissy doesn't need me at all. She would be fine without me existing. Dogs need your attention a lot more, right?
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I think that's most important. They have to be they're high demanding. They've got that attention that they need, like you said, and then they walking right, morning, afternoon, night, sometime depending. But Maine Coons are awesome too. We also grew up on Rottweilers. They're great dogs, very kind, very and I think they have that stigma too, where some people think they're like very aggressive dogs. But if they know you and you're a good person, they sense good vibe. I think that's with any animal. If you come off wrong or threatening, especially to their owner or family, then of course they're going to be a little aggressive.
Growing up though, so it was a little bit different. We did have dogs and cats. I also had a horse. I had a Watusi, which is similar to like a Texas Longhorn. We had pet turkeys. We had lots of chickens, cats. Essentially, I grew up with raccoons and skunks as well, possums, really anything that my dad drove a semi. So anytime you would see an injured animal on the side of the road, or like there were multiple times where a possum mother was hit by a car and there were baby possums on the side of the road. He would gather them up and bring them home, and we would nurse them until they could take care of themselves and then let them go. So I grew up with a lot of interesting pets, if you will, a lot of different animals in my life.
Oh, nice. Yeah, no, I think that's very, very kind gesture as well from your pops, you know, especially if you've got the knowledge and the ability and resources to do that, you know, why not? I think if more people stood up and did those type of things to secure, you know, wildlife, making sure those species still were able to maintain and reproduce, we probably wouldn't be in as bad shape as we are. Industrialization, there we go, has been pretty tough on wildlife, I guess.
Yeah. There's big impacts to our existence on this planet, but we terraformed it and we're at the top of the food chain, so we get to make the rules, right?
We do. I agree. I just copy and pasted. Here we go. Got that code there from Ona. Appreciate that, my man. Thank you very much. Let me go aim training, or maybe Jokerdad is trash training. Let me label that. Aim train. All right, we got that saved in a text document, ready to go. I've had people send me build training ones too. They're like, "Oh, here, this will help you build." Oh shit, hold on. You disappeared a minute. There we go. There we go. He's back. All right, that was weird.
It's okay. Give me a minute to pick my nose.
Perfect. I know you've been waiting that opportunity. He's like, "Argh!"
You've been ignoring all my messages. Take me off. I gotta pick my nose real quick.
Yo, call me. Welcome in. His cam isn't working. Yo, you were quick on that one. Oh no, damn. We got it. He's here, man. I know he's so wonderful and glorious in his glow that we couldn't keep him off without someone noticing. Yo, Dingo's Girl GT. Hello. Well, hello.
Hello, beautiful.
Yo. Dingo's Girl, welcome in. How are y'all? Yo, Coffee, we're doing well. How are you doing this morning? Thank you for the follow there, Dingoes. We got the wonderful Wahoo here. Guys, if you haven't got a chance, go over here. Let's see. We're going to give him a shout out. Maybe you'll see a different clip that we didn't just play. He's got tons of them.
We didn't watch this one yet. This is another one that's a personality clip, you know? This is really what it's all about. Oh, Halo. Man, I love Halo. My double kill skewer.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I can't believe that shot. That was a good shot. You like shot and then immediately got behind the wall. I couldn't believe it. That was like you couldn't even time that any better on that one. I'm not a good Halo player. I had friends that are like, "Oh, come on, Jokerdad, come over and play some Halo Infinite with us." And I'm like, downloaded it, you know, the huge game. I think it's probably why too. My graphics probably weren't the greatest, but I turned everything down. I'm like playing it, and I was getting shit on. They're like, "Jokerdad, why are you going 1-12?" And I'm like, "Bro, I suck. I don't know what I'm doing." Yeah. So a totally different game, not Fortnite. That's all I know. It wasn't Fortnite.
Yeah, I grew up with Halo and loved Halo. I remember I had a PlayStation 2 back in the day, and I got an Xbox for Christmas. I got Halo, and I played Halo for the first time. After that, I went and shot my PlayStation with a shotgun and never went back to PlayStation. But I absolutely love Halo. And there's a big gap there where I wasn't gaming and definitely wasn't playing Halo. But we went back to it with Halo Infinite and fell in love with it again for a little while. I need to play a little bit more of that.
Yeah, no, I'd love to see you play some Halo, and we've got a lot of Halo players. You know, K9, who was here earlier, big charity guy. He plays Halo. We've just got a ton of Halo players too in the community. I'd love to see some people tune in. If you ever do some Halo, I'd love to check it out. That'd be awesome to watch. What was your favorite Halo game? Did you have a specific one that you enjoyed over? Because I know there was a couple, right? There was even like some branch Halo games that weren't like
Probably the most that I played, and we did like a lot of LAN parties and stuff back in the day. Hell, I used to play on Xbox Connect. Most people don't even know what that is, but you had to like connect your Xbox to your router and then go to the website. It was like the beginning of Xbox Live essentially. And we would play Halo and some Project Gotham Racing on that back in the day.
Wow,
But
Project
probably
Gotham Racing.
Yeah, probably be like Halo 2, I would say. It's probably the most Halo that I played and had the most fun with. Probably Halo 2.
Nice. Yeah, no, that's good. I wish, because I was the PlayStation guy at that time, and I was a little jealous of you Halo players. I was like, I wish I loved something as much as these people loved Halo. And I never got to play it. I just never had the system, never had the friends who had the system to go over and kind of jam out with. So I was like the poor puppy dog looking in, going, "Oh, I wish I was good at Halo." But yeah, I was a PC gamer at the time, and I think I played like Diablo and StarCraft and those original games around that time that were out there, World of Warcraft, and so sucked in that universe.
Yeah. I played a little bit of Diablo, but I never really got into those types of games. Some Diablo 2 I played. I didn't play the original Diablo. Diablo 3 was really good too. But again, it's just like I was in the mood to play it, and it scratched that itch. It wasn't anything that I was like super passionate about, and I grinded super hardcore. It was just a time passer.
Yeah, no, and I think those type of games, are good for that. I think they're good to experience once or twice if you love it and that's your vibe. Go back to it, replay it over and over, grind for the gear, do what you want. But I think everybody should, like those type of games, at least play once. Go through the story, check out the visuals, the cinematics, the gameplay. I think it's fun for what it is.
Yeah, I was more into Warcraft 3, like the Warcraft games. Man, there was another one too. Red Alert, Tiberian Sun.
Wow.
I don't know if you played that. I like those style
Those are
games.
Command and Conquer, right?
Command and Conquer, yeah. Those style
those
games
were
I really
so
liked back in the day.
Good. I loved those games back then. I don't know why they stopped making Command and Conquer games. I just was it the developers? I think they just closed down. I don't remember what all happened, but I just know that they don't do it no more. And
yeah, I'm not sure.
Ricky G. Welcome in. Coming in with the hype, Ricky. How we doing today? Happy Sunday. Yo, Ricky, if you don't know Wahoo here, another great W streamer here in the Kingdom of Clowns, runs his own great community, the Wahooligans, I believe it's called. We love that. And that's the thing I tell people, man. It is about branding. It is about branding. You, like you said, you're on all platforms. I knew that too, and it's tough to do all that. Like originally, it's like, and to try to keep up with it and to make a presence on those platforms. But I think it's just it's a good process. It's that drive that we were talking about, the switching it up, the goals, and I think it's fine to do like a little bit at a time. Set a little goal for yourself as a streamer. Hey, I'm going to add a couple channel points today, or channel alerts, or overlay, or I'm going to add a couple emotes today, or maybe just one emote, and then the next day I'm going to add another. And I think it's just finding it fun and interesting and little challenging, but don't overwhelm yourself. Because I think that's how it was in my beginning. It was like you said, you're starting off, you're not streaming to no one. No one's there. No one knows you. You have no followers. You have no presence. You have to make a presence for you. So I started trying to get out there and meet a lot of people. And then I'm like, I met all these great people, and they had a lot of great things they were doing with their streams, and I wanted to do those things, but I didn't want to copy those people, right? I wanted their influence to help. So I started making things that were similar, but with my own touch, my own spin, my own vibe, and then went from there. But once I got those things added, guess what? There's still nobody there.
Yep.
And I'm like, then I start taking it personal a little bit. I'm like, I got all these great things and no one's here to watch it. Like, how do I get people here to watch it? And then you just keep going, you keep pushing and keep vibing and having fun with it. Like you said, if you're not having fun with it, no one else is going to have fun with it. Yo, Hell's Queen, welcome in. How are you doing today? Happy Sunday. Ricky with the hype. I love it, my man. How's it going, Ricky? Ricky, check out Wahoo. Hell's Queen, check out Wahoo. This guy's amazing. If you guys like Fortnite, you like a little fun characters, people who have fun with the stream, check them out. Great community, very welcoming and loving, like we try to be here in the kingdom as well. So do you have any biggest fears in life? Anything that you're not too fond of? Things that irk you a little bit that you try to avoid?
I mean, I don't know. I kind of live in my own. I mean, I've kind of crafted my environment. You know, I stay in a lot, right? I work from home. I work remotely. I stream. Everything that I care about is kind of here. So I guess would be any threat on anything that I love, right? So like, really, my biggest fear is probably anything happening to my daughter would be the thing that I'm always kind of protecting myself and her against. Other than that, I don't know. I guess I am pretty good at limiting my interactions with threats, at least as much as what's in my control. You know.
Yeah. No, I think that's good. I think that's maturity over time, right? As you get older, you got your kid becomes your priority, and like you said, protecting daddy bear. I know I always like to use that term, but that's kind of what it is. Like you're the big daddy bear, and you're protecting your young from any threats or and it's tough. Like I'm in that same environment. I work from home sometimes if you consider streaming, but also I live like 2 blocks from my house or my job, so I literally just can walk right to my job. But even during that walk, like the harsh realities of the world sometimes come around. You kind of see what's going on out there. Just even the other night, I live in an apartment building. Apartment, say 10 years ago, is much different than it is now. It's kind of, I wouldn't say deteriorated, but the people who are now more openly willing to allow anybody and everybody in the building, right? The security's kind of slipped up. I'm sitting here chilling with the family, and they say, I hear the door try to rustle and open, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, is it my kid coming in? He's got keys and stuff. I'm like, did he forget his keys? Just trying to walk in. I go over to the peephole, and someone's knocking, and it's a probably kid in his early 20s, drugged up, trying to come into my apartment. And I'm like, bro, no. He's like, yeah, this girl just stole my money, and I think she's in here. I'm about to come in, and I'm like, no, bro, you're not coming in here. I'm like, I don't know about you, but and I'm kind of like off because, like you said, we're in our own environment, we're comfortable. I really wasn't prepared for the altercation. Then he was like, oh, I'm going to kick down the door. And I'm like, bro, you're not going to kick down this door. I'm just letting you know. Like, and I'm thinking to myself, if this is, I'm glad I'm more of a nicer guy than someone else would have been, because I could have been a neighbor. They could have shot him. They could have hurt him. And this is someone's son. This is a kid still. But then I'm also, my mindset is thinking like that. So I'm pretty calm. I'm I'm a little fluttered because I'm don't know what to do. I'm like, do I call the police? Do I go get my gun? What am I doing here? But then at the same time, I'm thinking, well, what if this guy has a weapon? Because he kept trying to talk to me. He was like, hey, man, just open the door so I can talk to you in person. I'm like, bro, I'm not opening the door. I just kept telling him no. He's like, you sure you don't want to hang out, man? Do you smoke? I'm like, bro, I don't want to hang out with you. I was like, I got a wife and kids in here. I'm not hanging out with you. It's just wild, man. The world we live in is crazy. And the kid's like, I'm all zandied out. I'm like, bro, I can tell.
It's obvious. Yeah, that's scary stuff, man, honestly. And it can go through... There's a lot of situations that we encounter in life where we think back and think, man, I could have done that differently, and it would have been better, or it could have been a lot worse. And that's I would say that's probably a good fear too, is just kind of handling situations like that the wrong way, where it can change, not only have a huge impact on someone else's life, but also on yours and the people that you care about. For like being a parent too, for me, it's all about how do I like keep my child safe without sheltering her too much, so that I don't want her to not be prepared for life. Whenever she's out doing her own thing, I want her to be at least well-rounded and able to kind of take on the challenges of real life and be able to aspire to do great things and set goals without beating herself up and feeling defeated all the time. It's I guess kind of like failing as a dad. I think it's probably like a natural fear that we have as parents. But I would say that's probably it, man. But yeah, it's a wild one out there.
Yeah, no, and it is tough. I think, like you said, you took the words out of my mouth. Like when it comes to sheltering too much, I am one of those where even the 12-year-old, she'll tell me, God, Dad, I'm a statistics guy, right? I'm a statistics guy, and I try to avoid anything that's going to, and I was that same way when I was a kid. Shit, I was 16, 13, even up into my early 20s. I would not go out with certain people because I knew those certain people would get into shit, especially in Tennessee, downtown Nashville. I had this friend who would always start a fight. I could not go out on a Saturday night without this guy picking some comment, some stupid wild ordeal that he would spit towards some random person in a group of people. To next thing you know, two groups of people have this beef. I just avoided those type of people, and I guess it's security of my kids. I'm always lecturing, oh, well, if you do this, this might happen. But also I don't want them to not live, right? Like they have to fail in order to learn from it. And like you said, not beating them up too much about it, or them beating themselves up too much. But I think that's part of growth too. I think we have to let them beat themselves up a little bit. And that's hard as a father, to see your kid go through struggles, either physically or mentally, with the world's weight on their shoulders. It's like, here you go, kid. Welcome to the real world. Push them off.
Yeah, for sure.
But no, you're a good dad. I can tell already. You got your head on your shoulders. You've got a good goal orientated, and like you said, in your job, you're a trainer, right? I'm
an operations manager. I have a history. I have a background in training, but I'm in leadership now.
Leadership, okay. So yeah, it to me they're pretty close to the same, but not necessarily. I get that there's a difference between the two, but yeah. I think to be a good leader, I think training is definitely a crucial part of it as well. But yeah, is there? We've got a couple questions, and then we will depart. Let you get on your way with your good old grind with the Pokemon Masters this Sunday here. I love it. What's your favorite? While we're on the topic, what's your favorite Pokemon? Do you have a favorite?
Gengar. Yeah, Gengar is my favorite.
Gengar, nice. I know that Pokemon, strangely enough, but I'm not very familiar with Pokemon too much. I should know better. I should be better. I even bought my kid the Encyclopedia of Pokemon one year. I was like, here you go. This book cost me my mortgage payments, but here we go. Good knowledgeable resource, Encyclopedia of the Pokemon.
It was really good. We have a lot of fun, and I'm happy that she enjoys it, 'cause it's something that I got back into as well, and it's just I maybe used her as an excuse to be cool with Pokemon again, but luckily she took on to it, so we have a lot of fun playing.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think that vibe with the family, cards. I play Magic the Gathering. I'm a little knowledgeable in that department. So anything that you can connect with and that uses the mental power of preparation and problem solving and things like that, I think are great. And I think Pokemon does a good job with that. It's very wholesome. I remember when Pokemon Go came out and how so many people were out of the house, on the streets, enjoying the environment. I kind of didn't miss. I mean, I kind of missed that. It's like a lot of people are like, oh, they're getting in the way. I got these hooligans at 1 a.m. on my doorstep trying to catch this Pokemon. I mean, there was some issues there, but I still think it was a very good time. And I think for what it did for people, I think it was great.
For sure. I agree.
Did you play Pokemon Go? Did you do any of that? Or?
I didn't play when it was hot. I have a habit of not there's shows and stuff that come out that are big hits that people really enjoy and they're all talking about. I usually avoid those things until people stop talking about them. So I played Pokemon Go after people were wandering around people's doorsteps at 1 a.m. I played it for a little bit, but it's okay. It's all right. I really prefer the card game, I think, a lot more, or I know, to the Pokemon Go, but I definitely see the appeal to it.
Yeah, I'm a more physical type. I like interactions in person, but I also, don't get me wrong, I do love. There's something called a friend of mine here, a fellow streamer, talks about it. Oh my God, starts with an S. I don't know why. Of course, Spotlight obviously gets in my mindset because we're on the Spotlight right now. Spellcast, I think it's called, or Spellcaster. is the program, and it connects to your camera, and you can point it down at your playmat, and it will digitally read the cards that are in front of it, and you can duel and heads up other people in real time.
That's cool.
With that app. Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, that's cool. That's awesome. That's where it's at, because if you want to play like a commander game on Magic, or say you want to duel on Pokemon, I'm sure it's probably got cross compatible. Maybe it is just Magic. I'm not sure, but it sounds like it might be a universal tool that can be used on other games. So I highly recommend, Chad, if you guys maybe look Spellcaster or Spellcasters or something like that, Spellcaster app, there might be something like that out there you can find that'll work in that environment.
That's interesting. That would be super cool. That kind of stuff I'm into as well, because anything that we can do that brings our real life items into the digital world, that's super cool. Especially if we can have interactions with people over distance. I live 6 hours away from all the family that I didn't create, you know? So having those kind of tools in order to kind of connect with them is awesome.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I think, you know, especially like you said, you grew up in a small town in Indiana out in the sticks. Like that might be your only way of interaction with other people, especially with your hobby. I mean, that's how it kind of is. I'm in the same boat as you are. I live in this small town in Minnesota. There's nobody here. Like we started their first gaming group. A friend of mine started, and we went to that, and they had like a dozen people, maybe a little bit more, like 20, and playing board games and card games and different things. And that was nice to see. But these people drove like 30, 45 minutes just to meet up, and and it shows you that it's hard, like, to meet up physically, but it was a good interaction. We had fun. They brought cake. Guy made homemade pizza, brought some donuts from where I work. So it was a good get together. They gave out some door prizes to another shop that's like an hour away for, they call it the Dork Den, which is kind of interesting. It's like a card shop, but, they do Dungeons and Dragons and Pokemon and all that. Comic books. Were you ever a comic book person? You into Marvel, DC?
Yeah. I still have comic books, actually. So yeah, I was big into comics, and kind of still. Part of me wants to get back into it, So I still occasionally, when I go to like used bookshops and stuff, I'm always looking at the comics and snagging a couple of them.
Yeah, we had, while we're on the topic, and I want to get to D-Pad's question as well. He said, thoughts on the cricket system. I don't know what that is. The cricket system, is that an inside thing here?
Yeah, it's an inside thing. It's it's criticism is what it is. We don't do well with cricket systems around here.
Gotcha.
D-Pad's a big pun guy. He's really punny, So
punny fellow.
Yeah, it's really punny.
We like a punny fellow here, so welcome in again, D-Pad. Thanks for being here. One day it will be just like Yu-Gi-Oh! When Kaiba brings the monsters to life, or Kaiba.
Yeah, you play the card, Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's time to duel. And then he shows up and fights the other Yu-Gi-Ohs or whatever they are.
Yeah. No, I like that. I think that'd be amazing. I think that's the direction of the future. I know they've done things like that. I remember like Skylanders on the PlayStation I have. We have the little deck, and you put the figures on, and then the figures skins show up on the game, and I just thought that was cool at the time. Now
that is super cool.
Yeah. I know I think there was even like Star Wars ones we had, all the way from Disney ones to this one. So it's just multi trademark. It reminded me of like Fortnite before Fortnite's done it recently. So
yeah, that was one thing. Those kind of things are like, when we see them, like, that's super cool. That's that's super innovative, and that's gonna take off, and the future is gonna be different. And then it's just like, it falls off, and nobody really goes for it. So hopefully one of these days, someone will get bored enough, and innovation will be good enough that we'll have something like that really kicks off and grabs on with people, and our future will change forever, and we'll have things like that. It'd be super cool.
Yeah, and honestly, it won't happen unless people try it, right? So I think that's the biggest thing, and we talked about it earlier, the whole goals and pushing and hitting the pedal to the metal and keep drive. You won't create anything great in life, or you won't be a part of greatness. And that's one thing too, is like, even though I feel like as a human being, there's much more that I can do. I take a moment and examine the things that I've done, the people I've met, the things that I've accomplished that may not be big in the moment, but were great looking back on and going, hey, I met this wonderful person. You, for example, man, I'm very excited to have you on, and I really do greatly appreciate you coming on. And I love the content you're creating. I love the community you're building. And I think it's definitely something to acknowledge. And having you on the show now, that will be here for anybody to watch at any time throughout the rest of the eternity of these platforms, I guess, maintain. Who knows 50 years from now. But for the time being, you're going to have a place that people can come, listen, and see that you have a great community that you built up. They've come in, say hi, show some love this morning, pick on you a little bit. You pick on them back. We get to watch some great clips. I just think this is a great experience, and I want to thank you again for coming on and being here, and everybody in chat too. You guys are all W's for spending your moments. We're all only granted so many minutes on this earth and on this planet, and for you guys to decide to sacrifice some of those minutes and share with Wahoo on a nightly basis, that's huge. And that means the world to Wahoo, I'm sure, and even myself. When you guys show up in the mornings, even tabbing me up, taking the moment to say, hey, good morning, Jokerdad. I'm doing these things. I just want to show you some love, and I'm here with you. That means the world to me, guys. So thank you a lot.
For sure. I always say, like, the most valuable thing you can spend here is your time, Like, people are apologize, I can't sub or I can't cheer, all that stuff. It's like, man, you're doing it already just by taking the time to come hang out and have a good time. So I appreciate that for sure. And you kind of touched on it a little bit too. And if I can get this point out, when setting goals too, we can't just look at where we are compared to where we want to be. We have to look at where we are compared to where we came from. We have to acknowledge that growth. I'm never one that feels defeated because I haven't accomplished one of my goals yet. I'm always determined to accomplish it. Right. And I said this to someone, I don't remember who it was recently. It was like, I never failed to achieve my goals. I just haven't achieved them yet, right? We're still on that constant journey of growth internally and externally.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think, and that's like you said, you got to look at where you've come from, what you've done in that meantime, and I think that's a big part. I forget about it, and I have to remind myself. It's like, hey, Jokerdad, so what? This second year is not as good as the first, but who doesn't mean that the third year and the fourth year is not going to be double what the first year and the second year altogether is, and it's you just got to keep going. You got to keep grinding, creating the content that you enjoy and love, and it's okay to switch things up. It's okay to get out of the normalcy of what you've been doing, and that's something that I'll be discussing and trying to go over what my next steps are in the future when it comes to content. I think there's always going to be a place for the spotlight. I'm always going to love the spotlight. I love having guests on, and I think that's going to continue. And I love Fortnite. It's just I feel like there's more out there than always just Fortnite, and the games that I've played. And I think that's great that you do the Tuesday thing. So and I think that's when I came in the first time to your stream. I didn't even know you played Save the World when I came in first. I think I rated you while you were playing Tarkov, I believe, or maybe you just were switching over, because I think I was like, oh, this guy plays Fortnite, let's go find a Fortnite streamer, and then I've rated into you and you're like, oh, it's Tarkov time, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, we run. So my buddy Andrew will join the queue because we run viewer games. So he joined the queue for a scav run. So we were playing one Escape from Tarkov game. Usually we play one a night, and you rated right before I was playing that one game with him. So yeah, it was interesting timing. I remember that too.
Yeah, no, it was great. But I loved it because the biggest thing is I noticed that you had your ducks in a row. You knew what you were doing. You knew what game you were going to. You knew why you were doing it. Like, there was coordination and involvement with your community. And I slowly just fit right in. You welcome me in. You're like, hey, join the raffle, join the game queue. And you're like, hey, Jokerdad, what you could do for me is play Space BR. And then I'm just like, play, because I'm a fucking idiot. And then you're like, no, Jokerdad, you got to do play Space BR. Yeah, almost there, halfway, man. I mean, you got to bear with me. I'm an old man. But yeah, I can only do so much. But yeah, no, it's great time sense, great time sense. So guys, if you want to be a part of a great time, again, drop them a follow, show them some love. But yeah, we got a couple more fun questions, and then maybe a streaming related or two question, and then we'll let you be on your way. We do two things here since you are. We would either raid out to our guest, or since you've got other arrangements, we'll let you decide where we go afterwards. Love to meet one of your great supporters or friends, or maybe a streamer you enjoy watching. So, what inspired you 6 years ago to start this process? Like to start streaming, to decide to be in front of the camera while gaming? Because you mentioned you were a gamer way before, I guess. You mentioned Halo and PlayStation 2 and.
Yeah. So initially, I mean, I got into and started watching Twitch. I don't know what initially actually introduced me to Twitch, but I was a big Tim the Tatman fan. You know, I watched Tim every single day. It just became part of my everyday routine, you know, and I kind of paid attention to the sociology and psychology of streaming and forming communities and the good habits that he was kind of getting into. And he very much inspired me, I would say. I'm very much inspired by Tim the Tatman. To be like, hey, I think I could do that, you know, not to that level maybe to start, but I could do this. So I started streaming just from my Xbox, actually, with no camera, nothing, just kind of gaming and streaming, and was fortunate enough to cross paths with some other streamers that were playing Save the World that ended up raiding out to me and kind of joined in our community building, and things just kind of went from there. And everything that I have now essentially is all a result, all a product of the support that I've had over those 6 years. I continue to reinvest into the stream and do everything that I can to make it as entertaining and fun and interactive as I possibly can.
Yeah, no, I think that's good to touch base on. You know, you've learned from some of the predecessors of the big streaming giants out there. You know, things that you may have been influenced by, how they present themselves, like you said, the good behavior, the good decisions they've made. You're like, oh, this is good inspiration, good knowledge to have, and you were able to input it into, you know, what you're creating over that course of time. And like you said, starting from an Xbox with no cam to now where you're at, like you said, you have to go back and you have to look at where you were at then compared to where you're at now. Even in some of those clips, you know, like I said, the audio was different in one of them. And I'm like, wow, his audio does sound much better now compared to that clip, even though that audio wasn't terrible. You know, it was good, still good audio. It just crisper and more, like you said, depth and bass. And it's crazy to think that those two, that little adjustment is a huge adjustment. You know, it's like it's almost a difference between night and day on how someone might feel about it. Like I was fine with both audio levels, but someone might feel more comfortable with the previous or with the one now. And just knowing that there's different ways of tweaking things. There was a while where I didn't even know that my web camera was on the lowest webcam resolution. It just defaulted by it. And I'm like, what? I can run in 1080 or something, or up it a little bit and it's better. Maybe it was like 720 and I went to 9 something, or I don't remember the settings, 520. But then when that became more crisp, where you could actually, and then I was messing with the lighting settings on it and stuff, and the contrast and the brightness. And because this right here, this little thing was not, the little display screen didn't look as crisp before I messed with it. And little things like that, the lighting, the dream behind me. It's just little tweaks that can make big improvements and makes it best for the community and the viewers. But yeah. So do you have any preparations before you go live? Anything you do before you hit the go live button?
I mean, I have my normal daily routines of what's going on. Really, it's about making sure my kid is in bed and prepped and ready to go. And I get in here and I turn on my bit bots and like my different bot programs where people can interact with the stream by cheering or using channel points, things like that to kind of sabotage me. But other than that, not really. I put on some music, hit go live, and we run with it.
Yeah, no, it's good. I mean, you go through the process, you get the programs and the apps running, make sure the kiddo's in bed. That I think that's the hardest part too, is being a night streamer. You know, I think you do great, man. For going through your daily process, you know, being a dad, you know, working in the morning from home, having the energy, the attitude, and the drive that in the evening, and still maintaining that, you do a good job. You do a really good job, and that's tough. Sometimes I'm at that time, I'm like, man, how does he got this damn energy this late at night? I'd be like, oh, let's go, Chad, get your yo under the big top. Look at this man over there, beaten down on some wrestling, some Rumble Royale. Thank you for the raid, fellow clown. Appreciate you being here. How are we doing? Thanks for the raid. We got Wahoo under the big top. If you don't know Wahoo, I talked about him yesterday when you were here. I said, hey, tomorrow we got Wahoo on the show, and tomorrow is today. That's the man. I need you to go over, check him out. We got one of his clips here. Well, actually, here, we'll watch one more clip since we got the raid in. Let's see what we got here. You're welcome, Wazoo. Bye-bye, Bill.
I don't think we played that one, actually. I don't think we played that. I could be wrong, though.
I don't think we did, yeah.
That's a pretty good one. That's a personality clip. I like that. The one that's on there.
You just call me Wazoo.
Oh, or that one.
You just undid everything.
Oh.
You just called you Wazoo. And everybody's laughing. Which one was the one?
Just go back. It was the last clip that you had on. It was, I'd rather do something. I'd rather...
Oh, no, he's gone.
There you go. I'd rather throw all my guns on the ground.
Oh, okay. Let me find that one. Did I scroll past it? Oh, right here.
I think so. There's a little bit of delay.
Do you guys all have...
Laurent's here.
Is it?
Yeah. You have a key?
Yes, I do.
You have two keys? Nice.
I have a gold Havoc. If anyone
I missed the
wants it.
keys too. That's such a good season.
Rather throw all my guns on the ground, poop in my hands, and clap.
I mean,
look how
Havoc,
pretty it is too.
Gold pump.
Oh yeah, I will take that.
Sorry.
I'll take that too.
There we go.
That was a good clip. I like it. So here, guys, we'll go back so you guys can see it. What platforms Wahoo's on here, or Wazoo, whatever you want to call him. I can see how someone could, they see the Z and the it's, and then they just somehow it creates it's Wazoo.
Yeah, it happens a lot. It happens a lot.
But yeah, again, guys, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I think I've caught a few of you. You create clips and shorts and stuff, right? I've seen one or two uploads, I think, come across on my feed.
Yeah, occasionally I need to be better at it. And that's still a long lasting goal. I need to be better with pushing out clips to TikTok and YouTube. A lot of my YouTube stuff is with my daughter. We open a lot of it's really Pokemon related things that we do there, but there's some Fortnite things on there as well. But really the main platform that I'm on is Twitch.
Yeah, I mean you can't go wrong with pack openings or box openings or having fun with the kiddo. I think incorporating the kiddo in that stuff. I still try to do it with my little one. I want her to be involved. I want her to gain the knowledge, and because a lot of this stuff, you might not be a streamer, you might not utilize it right away, but in this technological or the world of technology that we live in. Can't even say what I'm trying to here. I'm stumbling over my words, Chad. I'm sorry, okay? But yeah, the world we live in, you can utilize that some shape or form in another line or aspect of what you're going to do. So the Vegemite clip is the best clip, hands down. I did not see the Vegemite clip. We're going to have to, if it's the best one, we have to watch it.
It's very unfortunate. I don't know where that is. It's crazy.
Because I don't know where that one is. Well, don't worry. I'm going to do my best to find it. I'm sure it's in here in this lost. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. Does it say Vegemite on the clip, chat? I need your guys' help.
I think it does say Vegemite in the clip.
Oh, I like that too. Your little... Use your code. Did you? Is this a friend of yours? The guy?
Jesus? Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good friend of mine.
Jesus, yeah. I hold him close to my heart.
We're pretty close, yeah. He's just there to remind you to use code ItzWahoo, you know?
All right there,
Man,
Charizard VMAX Rainbow.
Yeah. We pulled some good cards. Yeah, that's 4 years ago. It's wild.
That's wild. Look at yourself, man. 4 years ago. You're like, man, now look at you now.
Yeah.
And now she was 6 at the time then. Now she's 10.
Yeah.
Right? Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Time flies, man.
It really does.
I think it's 4 years until I find this Vegemite clip.
Maybe. A lot of clips in there. It's a pretty recent one, but I figured it'd have more than 17.
Oh, it's a pretty recent one?
Yeah, kind of. I don't know
Maybe
when
I could
it was
filter
actually clips, but
here, we'll scroll back. Oh.
should have been before 8 months ago. It's not done by time.
So we'll do oh, it only does 30. I thought it would do a year. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's been within the last 30 days. Dang, shucks. You know? Well, it's, maybe next time. We'll have it open for next time.
Yeah, we'll get it. Here, we're gonna speed through here and see if we can find it. Because now I'm invested. Oh, there it is.
Damn.
Oh, it's not. Oh, did it let me?
There you go.
It did. It did. Here we go, Chad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good job. Hard work pays off. Dedication.
Yep. Goals, baby, goals.
Pieces?
Yeah, mine's on the very, very top.
Oh, got it. Yeah. What do I need to do here? Vegemite? I've never tried it, but I heard that it tastes like the inside of a dog's anus. And I have had that. Thank you, Sid. Thank you. I'm so glad that I feel comfortable talking in my own stream, knowing that my words will not be used against me at a later date. And by a later date, I mean every day of my existence from there forward. Feels good. Feels good, man.
Isn't Vegemite, is that like a season or is that can of mixed vegetables? I'm confused.
Yeah, it's a can of something. I don't know what it is. It's popular or necessary in Australia. I don't really know. But see, this is the thing that happens to me a lot, right? Is as an entertainer, I try to put a little extra spice on things, and it always comes back and bites. It always comes back and bites me. But that was a great example of that, where I could have just shut up. But of course, I can't do that.
No, I agree. There was a time where subathon or whatever we were doing, and someone said pointing nipples, and then I said, "Ooh, pointing nipples," and I rubbed my nipples, and now there's a clip floating, and I'm sure it'll be brought up whenever I need to get cancel culture to be like, "Look, this clown was rubbing his nipples," and it's just taken out of context, Chad. I don't rub my nipples all the time. It's just
that was out of context too, the Vegemite thing, but the way they clipped it makes it sound bad.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I like it. All right. I didn't ask you this question when we were talking about comic books. We were talking about, I wanted to do it. If you were a superhero, what superpowers would you have?
Man, that's a good one. Man, I know there's downfalls to most things, you know, like living forever. That sounds cool until you realize like you have to watch everyone that you love perish. Seeing the future sounds cool, but then you're doomed with knowing what's going to happen in the future, which is terrible. Yeah. Probably just like,
I mean, would
Superman's a pretty white bread hero,
too, right?
True. But like Superman's a pretty white bread hero, but I mean, he's got some pretty cool skills. You know, he can fly. He's impenetrable. It's basically just kryptonite, you know, that hurts him. So
and yours would be Vegemite.
Yeah, mine would be Vegemite. Yeah. So just avoid Australia at all costs, and I'd be good. I'd probably just go with that.
Yeah, exactly. Vegemite is his weakness. He's like sitting there beating people up, and then all of a sudden they pull out a can, and he's like, "Not the Vegemite."
Oi! I hear that. There's a dude walking at me with Vegemite.
Yeah. Oh,
I think that'd be the play, though.
So let's see here. I think I got one more I want to ask you. Where are we at here? So no, actually, yeah. I mean, we talked about new streamers, and with you doing this for as long as you have now at this point, what advice would you give to new streamers trying to stand out, trying to make something in this environment of content creators? And it could be multiple things, it doesn't have to be just one thing, but it's just some forms of advice, I guess.
Really the best advice that I would give is networking is key, right? The hardest external obstacle to overcome in Twitch is discoverability, right? People aren't at your streams because they don't know that you exist. So you have to be able to be okay with joining other communities and making friends and putting in that work. There's no shortcut to that. In my opinion, consistency is key as well. If you can schedule time, if you have the ability to make a schedule and stay with it, that is huge, because if you can do that, you can become part of people's daily routines. And not only do you have a better opportunity to attract new people or to be there when people are expecting you, but also the people that have already discovered you know when to expect you as well. And turn off that view count. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's 1,000 people in there or it's just you and your phone. You need to be the same person. You need to be able to sustain the personality that you're putting on or the show that you're putting on at any given moment. So it doesn't matter how many people are in there. There's nothing you can do that will directly impact that number. There are things you can do to influence it, but you need to be able to stay outside of your head when it comes to viewer counts and goals and things of that nature. To me, it's like viewer count isn't a goal, it's the outcome, right? Like I have goals for myself that I'm going to continue to push for, but part of it inside of it is a viewer count thing with getting partner. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if there's 15 people in my stream. I need to be the same person as if there's 115 people in the stream,
Oh yeah. No, and I think what you're doing is great. I think I know one of my community members mentioned it in your stream one day, and you acknowledged and was like, yeah, well, we'll get to partner, and they were like, oh, I know you will get to partner, and I think that's the same sense I receive. There's a lot of great streamers out there, and I know a lot of them will eventually achieve that, and I know you will naturally. I think those numbers will come naturally without trying to push, rush, or hurry any of that. It'll just happen when it's meant to be. And I think that's what I keep telling myself. When I first started streaming, I said 10 years. I gave myself a 10-year period. I was like, it might take up to 10 years before I really hammer in what we're trying to do here. And I'm only 2 years into that 10-year plan or idea, or so I can't rush myself. I think things come over time, but as you said, networking is crucial. Building relationships, friendships, collaborating. I push at the top of my list. Collaboration is there, and that's what my whole channel has been designed about. The whole community I've created with the Kingdom of Clowns. We're not a support for support Discord or community. We're just a networking community. Here is a list of people that may enjoy your stream. It's up to you to connect to those people. It's up to you to find those people. And you dived right in, man. And you set the stage. You came in, you met a lot of great people. A lot of those great people met you. And you made a place in the community right out of the gate. And I will tell you, 99% of people don't do that. So when I seen you take hold and put the initiative into the community straight out of the gate, big flags went off. I'm like, hey, this guy's really, putting the effort in. And I think that's awesome. So keep up the good work, man. I'm always going to be there to support you through your endures. And I can't wait to see you achieve partner when you get there, and I'll be there to support you even well after. And that's the same with you guys here in chat. We got a lot of great streamers here in chat, and I have a high amount of faith in each and every one of you, and I think that you guys can achieve it, and I'm willing to give my time to help that become possible. But you guys have to give that energy. You guys have to give that time and collaborate, guys. Get out there. We've got a Clown Collabs channel in the Discord where you can post your schedule up. You can say what game you want to play, and people have the opportunity to go in and read that And if they want to be involved with you, they can be. Or you can just hop in like I do on Wahoo stream and say, hey, join BR, and then I'll play some games. But I've met some great people in his community, people I like to hear, interact with him, and then your guys' communities. There's, you guys don't see it, but you are building your own community, and it may not be relevant or show right away, but you are. And I'm a part of your guys' community, whether you like it or not. Unless you ban me, so please don't ban me, chat. Please don't ban me. But yeah, no, man, I thank you. Thank you so much, Wahoo, for being here, man. You did absolute blast having you here. You did a great job. You gave us a lot of information. You helped us know a little bit more about you on your personal side. And then a little bit more about your background when it comes to streaming and gaming and things like that.
Yeah, it's been a joy. And it's been an awesome journey so far with you and your community and friends. It's been great to get to know some people in there that I otherwise would have taken a lot longer or I never would have ran into. So we've already met some really good buds. So I appreciate you and thank you for everything that you do on a daily basis.
Here we go.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate it. Anytime. Yo, Eagles check with the biddies. Thank you so much. You're very kind. Always a pleasure. Build on the bodies of my enemies. Yo, Big Top Gaming. I love it. That's the inspiration I need today. The adrenochrome from their blood. I'm sorry.
What it's all about.
Yeah, exactly. What it's all about. Yeah. It's not about that. What else is it? There's no point in this anymore. I have to feast on their souls. Yeah.
And seasoned with the salt from their tears, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I feel their pain in anguish. It empowers me. Sorry. But no, I appreciate it. So who are we going to, Wahoo? Who is on right now?
I have the perfect one. It's my buddy D-Pad. He was in here doing some punny things. I can go and put his name in chat. He's playing some Yarg right now. He's big into Festival. And Yarg is another game that he plays. He's incredible. I don't know how he does the finger movements and stuff, but he's a good dude. Really funny. Absolutely love him. And he's one as well.
Wow, yeah. He is slaying it right now over there.
And he can do that and interact with chat, which is crazy. I don't know. There's zero chance I'd be able to do any of that.
No, not at all. I'm watching him right now, and that's crazy. Like I'm already lost. I'm already dead. Like we were talking about motion sickness earlier. I'm there. I'm like, no, bro. Yeah. No, all right, but we're gonna have fun, guys. Let's go over, hang out with D-Pad Destroyer, guys. One last time, if you haven't got a chance, drop a follow, man. Don't miss out on this opportunity with ItzWahoo. You'll be dreading it later, but it won't be the last time. I'm sure you'll catch him. We'll probably raid into him a couple more times throughout the existence of eternity. But if not, we'll be seeing you again soon. So thank you guys again for being here, all of Wahoo's community. Thank you for spending your time with me this morning, showing some love and support for your wonderful community streamer here, Wahoo. And for those who are part of the Kingdom of Clowns, thank you so much for being here, showing some love to Wahoo as well, just like Wahoo has shown so much love to you guys who were recently on the show as well. So I appreciate that. Yeah, much love to you, Eagles Chick. Thank you so much. And we'll be getting over here. So let's start the raid. Any final words, Wahoo, before I let you go?
Yeah, only once you stop stopping your life can you begin to start starting it. All right, you just gotta get out of your own way, be determined, and go tackle those goals.
I love it. I love it. Hashtag goals today. You guys did me a favor. Pick one goal this week, one small little step towards your stream that you would like to see, and get it done. Get it done by next Sunday. Tell me what you did and how you accomplished it, and I'll put you guys into a giveaway. And we'll do something. So I'll have to do that. We're going to set that up. If not this week or next, maybe a 2-week process. We're going to come up with something. I just thought of something there. We're going to do it. Because I want goals smashed. I want you guys to be doing some stuff. So yeah, let's go, guys. We're going to go over to D-Pad Destroyer, show him some hype, get those emotes ready, like Wahoo said. Look at Wahoo's on it. Fuck, man. Where are my mods at, guys? Where are you guys at? No,
I got you.
So yeah, look at him. Raid 1 for followers, raid 2 for subs. Get that ready, guys, because we are going. Have a good day, Wahoo. It was a pleasure again. Chat. Let's go.